In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Ball with the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later! 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he rolled it! What a catch! What a catch!
Bears coming home. And he hits it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing it. Oh, I don't know if I like it. Oh! He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the play before he was there.
Cat, Aubrey flips the first. In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice takes out Trey Cluxton right. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later! in play. That's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! That's in play down the third base line. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
To that. What a play over at third.
That's in play, and he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Wright.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk off home run. Oh, top for the out as Barrett's coming home. And he hits it. And that's a shot. Zach Conway. He's running third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's out. Flips it over the first. I don't know if I like it.
He flips the first. Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he rolled it! Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round of the divisional series. We got the ALDS. The Southern Stingers, the 7th seed, took on the Wolfpack and won on Monday's wildcard game, and they will be facing the number 2 overall Pacific Pilots.
It's going to be a fun one tonight, you know. Classic Stingers are playing, they have, what is their second time playing this week. We'll see how that does for them, but they're facing DJ on the other side of the mound, who I'm not sure if he's what, top 2 in for the Cy Young this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a difficult matchup, so I'll be interested to see how their bats are against him, and it'll be fun also to see how Peter does against this Pilots team.
Well, it's funny to say that the Stingers are underdogs in almost every game they play other than the Wolfpack this year, and they're the defending champs.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to some of my teammates earlier this week, and I'm like, you know, is this kind of a strategy that the Stingers have? How many times do you see these 5 guys play with each other during the regular season, and then the playoffs come around and all 5 of them just come out of the woodworks together and get on a little run and get hot during this postseason? So I wouldn't be surprised to see this team give the Pilots a tough matchup today.
Underdog mentality. Pilots on the other side had the 1 seed. They lost it because of the Stingers getting swept by the Cyclones last week. They probably got a chip on their shoulder. I'm Jack Blaos, joined by Chase Winkler. We got a good one for you this week. This is the first time all year we've had 4 wiffle ball games in 1 week. Actually, probably history of AWA.
Yeah, it's been a very fun week. You know, I've been here 3 of the 4 days. It's been a blast. All the past 3 games have all gone 3 games in the series. So, I mean, I'm expecting that again today, but wouldn't be surprised if the Pilots, like you said, have a little chip on their shoulder and come out hot.
Now let's get into today's starting lineup, starting with the 7th-seeded Southern Stingers. Jordan Rice will lead off, was hitless in his first wildcard game, but he came through in the clutch pitching-wise. They're going to have to lean on him here today. Peter McNeil, who on the opposite side of Jordan Rice had a little bit of difficulty coming back after a month off. He will be in the 2 spot. Hit well, though, with that home run. Barrett Carlos here, always a threat. 4th highest average in the regular season. Cole Blevins has struggled a little bit. Don't see him here yet. We'll see if he is coming here today. But then Drew Tenzar, who only hit 270 in the regular season. When it's the postseason, that man is on. He's the reason why they got so far last year.
Yeah, all these guys are real hot. That's something to look out for. Those Cole, you know, like we were talking last time they played on Monday, hit him a little below 100. That could either make it or break it. You know, sometimes he gets hot during the postseason. I know facing him in the World Series last year, he came up absolutely clutch in Game 7 with a huge home run. So, I mean, that could be a good thing or a bad thing for this Stingers team.
And looking at the 2nd-seeded Pacific Pilots, DJ Oliver leads it off. Like you said, he set the record for lowest ERA in a regular season, 1.48. And the only reason stopping him from getting that Cy Young is innings pitched. He missed 2 weeks this year. Mark Campanero picks up every year where he left off, one of the best hitters in the league, if not the best. Keaton McKay, shoo-in for Gold Glove. Josh Campanero having a career year, Mark Campanero's brother. And then Brad McGinnis, who's got the excellent headshot right there. I think he forgot to open his eyes, but he's a solid number 2 pitcher for this Pacific Pilots team.
Yeah, we know what this Pilots team is about. They've got DJ on the mound every year competing with Evan as one of the best pitchers in the league. Mark every year contending with Jake for the Silver Slugger. But I think the big surprise this year for this Pilots team is Keaton. We know he has his defense, but man, that .312 batting average with 7 home runs, 2nd on the team. I mean, just coming out of nowhere kind of and just really adding that bat to this lineup that was already lethal. So, I mean, that's huge. That's been huge for them this year.
And with that, we're going to send it down to Jackson Carr. Jackson, take it away. We got a special interview planned. Jackson, how's it going?
Hey, Jack. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Let me turn these jets off real quick. I'm joined here with number 33 on the Southern Singers, Jordan Rice. Jordan, how we doing?
We're doing good.
All right. Your first question, I guess. Last game in the wild card game, Peter kind of struggled, but you guys were able to come through with a clutch, scoreless third game. What's the plan with pitching against such a dangerous Pilots offense?
I think it's just going to be our same plan. Peter's going to go out there and do what he does because I believe he's one of the better pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the league, and we got the utmost confidence in him, and he's going to go out there and execute.
Got you. On the other side, you and the Stingers have struggled a bit offensively. How are you going to get some hits against the lowest ERA in league history with DJ Oliver?
We're just going to have to be patient at the plate. When we see our pitch, we got to hit it, and hopefully put the ball in play and hopefully get some base runners.
All right, and one more question here. You guys are the defending champs, but you guys have been underdogs in every game this season except versus the Wolfpack. What is it about this team turning it on in the postseason with your underdog spirit?
No matter the record, we know we can beat anyone, so that's just our mentality every game. Nobody's too good, and we're just going to go out there and compete.
All right, well, have a great game out there tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Jack.
DJ getting ahead early against this Stingers offense, who's already faced some good pitching this week. I mean, we know sometimes he has a little bit of the first inning jitters, and then also for the Stingers team, if DJ is on, they've got to be really patient and look for that certain pitch and really just, like I said, look for that pitch and just put a good drive on it.
With that being said, we get ready for the first batter of the game, Jordan Rice, about ready to step in, talking with his teammates over on the sideline. And here we go.
Jordan Rice leading today's game off. Had a little bit of an unlucky wild card round. There's Cole Blevins showing up, walking down the first baseline right now. It's a great sight to see if you're a Stingers fan. Carrying a six-pack, love to see it.
So we wait for Cole Blevins to walk across. Jordan Rice, like you were saying, unlucky. But you're going to need all the luck you can get right here, facing the #2 overall Pacific Pilots in a 3-game series. Win 2, you advance. Lose 2, you go home. DJ Oliver starts it off with a ball.
Yeah, DJ leading off with 2 sliders that are just missing on the outside corner.
And what we've noticed is, the very low ERA DJ does have, the 1.48. He got scuffed up a bit in his last start in the regular season. He took some time off. That's in play to Keaton McKay, the Gold Glover, got him. We're going to take a replay, but the call on the field is an out.
Yeah, that was a great play by Keaton out there, the platinum Glover over there, playing left center.
That was an excellent play.
Looked like he got him by about half a step.
And he is out upon further review. And just like that, the Pilots start off with a bang. Jordan Rice once again gets unlucky.
Yeah, 3-0 swing right there. He saw his pitch. Great swing on it. Drove it right up the center of the field. Just great play by Keaton.
Like I was saying, the times DJ does get in trouble, it's when he can't immediately land that slider. And that's in play. That's a fair ball. Falls in the hands of Mark Campagnaro. That is not out of play, but in play. He's safe. He needed to tag him there. It was a great job from Josh Campagnaro to get it there. And he beat it by a step.
Yeah, I always get worried when Peter takes that big turnaround first base with that knee brace on, but he knows what he's doing out there. And honestly, I don't think the Stingers team has gone a called strike on them yet. Being very aggressive early on.
Well, you look at Peter. He's got the knee brace. He takes it off like it's the batting gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in his hand now.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him next bat, step out, strap it on, strap it back off. DJ starting to find the zone here now. Barrett very hot in the wild card.
It's another hard hit ball down the line. Peter McNeil's chugging. Safe. Beat it by a step. He can get to third. He was rounding second on the play. And that is a great job there to score the first run of the game. The Stingers take an early 1-0 lead. Barrett Carlo has been red hot.
Yeah, I mean, he's picking up right where he left off on Monday. I mean, just peppering that third baseline, just taking that ball inside and just absolutely driving it by the third baseman.
He did not go. It's close. Swinging there, 1-1.
Some healthy hacks from the Stingers early on.
And DJ is starting to find the zone, and that's not a good sign for the Stingers. Got him. Strike 3. DJ Oliver starting to locate that slider. Good luck.
Yeah, and he's only working one pitch. I can't recall him throwing a different pitch yet this game besides that slider. So really just getting them, all these guys their first time through, just slider, 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 and maybe they'll change it up next time through.
Cole Blevins steps in. There's that slider, and you know, DJ Oliver, he works everything around that slider. So if he's got that pitch working, doesn't go there, but he can start to mix in that rise ball, which is arguably his best pitch. I don't know why he doesn't throw it more often, but I think it's a strike right there.
Yeah, sometimes I think he may leave it a little up, he feels like, or because, I mean, like you said, when he's got that riser going and it's just going right above the strike zone, it's so tempting to hit, and like that right there, it's just a great pitch.
Froze Cole Blevins there, and that'll do it. One run comes across, though, for the Southern Stingers, and they're going to need it. We head to the bottom of the first.
What's going on?
Peter McNeil will take the mound, and Peter McNeil, he's always a great pitcher. Postseason, he really turns it on. Surprisingly, he just got a little bit roughed up by the Wolfpack out of all teams. 6 earned runs, and Chase, I'm just wondering how the Wolfpack were able to get to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think first game, I mean, the Wolfpack, they were really aggressive. Jace was just absolutely all over Peter last game on that rise ball. And then also Thomas coming back, you know, he had been around for a lot of games. Another home run from him, and then adding Alex in there. And I think they were just, the Wolfpack were just ready, I think, on Monday. It wasn't really anything against Peter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's got one of the worst win-loss records this year because, what, like 6 walk-offs against him or something like that?
4-9. He's got a 2.17 ERA.
Yeah. And, I mean, and I always refer to it last year. He was the MVP, in my opinion, of the World Series last year. I mean, I had to face him through that 7-game series, and it was just unbelievable.
Lights out.
Yeah. So when Peter and Jordan are working, it's really hard.
Well, Peter McNeil last year, World Series MVP, postseason MVP. The first 2 years in the league, 2020 and 2021, he really struggled. Mainly, and he told me earlier in the game, he just was taking it way too seriously. When he kind of gave himself a break, took the pressure off himself, that's when he really started to dial it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, foul ball. That's a iconic pitch right there from Peter McNeil.
No reaction. As that almost dribbles about a foot or two from being a fair ball. But yeah, I mean, I know what Peter was talking about. I mean, I remember my first year in this league, second year in this league. I mean, I'd strike out once or twice, and I'd go in the field absolutely just upset, and then
that's him play off the leg of Peter, and that's tough. The play on the field is out. The call on the field is out. We're going to look at the replay. That was a great redemption play from Jordan Rice off the ricochet. I thought there was no chance he could get there. The runner will advance to third regardless.
Replay coming in right now.
One second. Can we cut to? Yeah, there we go. Here's the replay. It looks like we got him by a half a step. Great play there from Jordan Rice. That'll be the first out of the inning, and that's always the toughest out to get.
Yeah, great play there from Jordan and Barrett. Getting him, like you said, by just a half step, but also.
That ball is going back. Drew Tenzer! Can't make the catch. It was in his hands, and that's a 2-run shot for Josh Campanero.
Wow. Like you said, I think we all saw that hit Drew's fingertips and just couldn't hold on to it as that just fell over the wall. That's got to be tough right there for Drew.
If there's ever been a difference maker in a game defensively, it's been Keaton McKay. Keaton right over there at second base. 9 out of 10 times Keaton McKay makes that catch. He's had 3 in the regular season. Unfortunately, Drew, he's not a bad defender. He's a very solid one, in fact.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just right out of his hands.
I mean, Drew's right up there with Keaton. I mean, obviously, Keaton has all the home run robberies and everything, but Drew, very good fielder himself.
And that ball is out of here. DJ Oliver. DJ only had 2 home runs in the regular season. He said, postseason me is a different me. I'm swinging for the fences.
Yeah, and, you know, I was thinking this Pilots team might have a little chip on their shoulder. They didn't end the season like they wanted to. You know, didn't get that 1 seed that they had been sitting in the standings pretty much all season. So they're getting the bats going early against Peter.
Yeah.
Peter's got to kind of figure it out here soon.
And to be honest, it's no knock on Peter. I feel like both of those were pretty well-placed pitches.
Yeah, I mean, they're just barreled up, and I mean, this Pilots team has 1 through 5 great hitters.
That's
so
true.
I mean, this is truly one of those teams in the league where you make a mistake against any one of these 5, and they can actually do some serious damage to you.
A lot of times, as Peter McNeil gets a strikeout right there on Brad McGinnis, a lot of times the pitchers are just trying to throw their go-to strike pitch. That's, you know, slider for DJ or a fastball for a lot of other pitchers. There's going to be a lot of pitches in the first inning because a lot of the batters are very reluctant to swing. They're still trying to figure out the pitcher, but the Pilots, you see them swinging first pitch a lot of the time, and you can see it's paying off right now.
Yeah, they're getting their pitches, and they're all over right now. I mean, I thought the delay might have them off to a little bit of a slower start, but they're out here ready to swing, and obviously on time like that.
That ball is going back, and it's out of here. Keaton McKay, what is going on?
This is just, that riser's just getting left right over the heart of the plate, I think, and they're just all over it right now, just not hitting for Peter. I mean, credit to these Pilots. These guys are absolutely all over the riser and Peter right now, just absolutely smashing him.
A 3-home run inning is very rare. Lucky for Peter, it's, you know, a solo shot, pair of solo shots, and a 2-run home run. That's fine. You know, just tell the guys we're just going to get out of this inning and put those runs in the next.
Yeah, and you know, the Stingers did get a run across in the first inning, so I mean, they'll be able to hit again in the top of the second and see how they do. But I mean, this is an impressive showing. No strike there. I mean, too fast there on the gun.
Mark Campanero does well to pull that bat down after getting zinged in his last at-bat. Low there, and Peter being extra careful with Mark. Kersey 3-0 swing, now 3-1.
Yeah, I got 3-1.
And that's in play to Peter McNeil, knocks it down, throws to first for the out, and they get out of the inning. But not after 3 straight home runs from the Pacific Pilots. We head to the top of the second, 4-1 the score. Jordan Rice will step in. DJ Oliver, that's in play to Mark Campanero. It's no easy play. He bobbles it and he'll be safe. It's not a gimme. By no means in the AWA, a grounder. I mean, even if the shortstop can handle it cleanly, it's the throw over, which is the hardest part. You know, the wiffle balls move. It's throwing a straight is obviously the hardest part.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, like you said, throwing it will shift left, shift right on you, and down may seem like the easiest option, but still it's just tough to pick sometimes because you don't know how it's going to bounce in this dirt over there. And It's not even really grass over there right in front of that first baseline.
I thought Josh Campanero had a nice pick there, and unfortunately, once he picked it up, he bobbled it just once, and that gave Jordan, let's call it safe. As Peter McNeil looks like it's strike right down the middle, 3-1. Fouls that off. It would have been ball 4. Full count now. Stingers captain. As well to fight it off, and when you're a captain, you can wear your custom black AWA hat.
Yeah, it's nice. That's the luxury of having the C on the jersey.
That's a good battle we got a brewing here. Let's look at the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Peter not wanting to walk. Got a base hit against DJ's first at-bat. Looking to keep that going, yeah. Peter never really looking to walk.
Yep. Dingers are nothing. My goodness, he fouls it off again, and this is turning into a good at-bat here for Peter McNeil.
Gotta love this battle.
And that's a nasty pitch. Nothing you can do with that one. Strike 3. And that pitch looked like a ball up until the last second, and at that point it was too late for Peter.
Yeah, that was tough. You can tell it froze him at first. Peter still got a little bit of a weak swing off to put an attempt at it, but great pitch there by DJ. I mean, two great players right there.
And the key for the Stingers' playoff runs is Barrett Carlo right here and the man on deck, Drew Tenzar. If they want to have the success they had last year, these guys are going to have to come through huge offensively, which they have been doing so far.
Yeah, they've been great with the bat so far this postseason.
It's a nasty slider right there, 1-2 count.
But as we get farther and farther in these playoffs, you're slowly facing the best and best every single game, so.
Got him, strike 3, and that's a nasty drop ball from DJ Oliver, 2 outs.
Yeah, nice shot by DJ here. You're getting that, letting that first guy get on and recording back-to-back outs.
Drew Tenzar steps in. That hits him, ball 1. It's a little different throwing that slider to a lefty than it is to a righty. Kind of got a feel for it facing Drew Gradwall this year. I mean, because that's a hard hit ball. DJ kind of kicks it. He's got to play. He's safe, and the runner will advance to third. It was a good effort from DJ, but unfortunately the angle just wasn't there.
Yeah, that was a tough play for DJ. I mean, it was a line drive right off his calf that bounced almost towards the foul pole. With Drew being fast like he is, I mean, great play. Just missed him by half a step, I'd say. Great play. Jordan got to third on that also. Now Cole's up with 2 outs.
Cole Blevins had some nice ribbies in the regular season finale, which almost saw them taken. As that's in play to DJ Oliver, and they'll get the out at first. And that'll be the end of the top of the second, and we will head to the bottom of the second. 4-1 remains the score. Now we're good. Look at our Milwaukee sign out in the outfield. The official groundskeeper of the AWA. So we hit Josh Campanero with that first pitch. Ball 1. Josh Campanero had the solo shot to begin the game and scoring for the Pilots. Honestly, the biggest reason to the Pilots' success this year has been Josh Campanero and his ability to produce as he fouls that off.
Yeah, and you know, Peter's really peppering him inside right now. You know, Josh seems to get a lot of his hits over the middle of the plate. That strikeout right there, great pitch by Peter. Josh is truly like not just like, you know, a lot of lefties just think, oh, they're just gonna pull it down the first base line, but Josh is one of those true hitters. He just sprays it all over the place. So
Yeah, and I'd argue most of his hits are usually oppo, so that's just like kind of a rare feat. I'm trying to think of other batters in the league that are primarily oppo, but you know, he just stays with those balls.
Yeah, and I think that was a great job by Peter right there, facing like we were saying. Josh goes all over, just absolutely hammering him inside with 4 of those 5 pitches.
1-1, and another batter who had a solo shot in the first inning, DJ Oliver. Oh, no pitch. No pitch on the gun.
No, it was 52. I'm sorry. I said it wrong.
Never mind, it's 1-2. That'll hit him there. Evens the count, 2-2. Looks at a ball there, and DJ technically is 1-for-1 with a dinger in the postseason so far. That's as good as it gets.
Yep.
That'll be a walk. He'll continue his on-base streak.
Great start for DJ. Like you said, leading off with that home run his first at bat postseason. Getting to a 1-2 count and working a walk.
Bradford McGinnis steps in. Had the strikeout in the first inning.
Brad's got some great pop in his bat.
That he does. Looks at a strike 0-1. It's pretty rude from Peter McNeil there. And there's that drop ball from Peter McNeil, and that pitch is devastating once he gets his other pitches locked in. It really gets the batters going for it, and there's that signature curveball.
Yeah, we're seeing Peter really have to work right now. He's really incorporating about all 3 or 4 of his pitches at every batter right now.
Got him, strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Peter McNeil.
Sometimes guys get comfortable in this league. I mean, they start mowing guys down game 1, game 2, and they feel like they just need to work their 1-2 pitches, and then people start ambushing them. But great job by Peter here to keep changing it up with each batter and keep them guessing.
Does not go. Keaton McKay steps in. Keaton McKay, very good defensively. He's really picked up his power and average this year. It's a big surprise. Honestly, everyone on the Pilots has improved, and somehow they got the 2nd seed this year as opposed to the 1 seed last year. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah. You know, this league is funny. I mean, these are all great teams out here. I mean, you never know who's going to show up. I mean, tough pitching, and yeah, like you said, Keaton with the great power this year, making his home run derby appearance. So
yeah,
that was fun.
Mark Campanero steps in, looks at a ball. 1-0. Runners on first and second. And arguably, if you're Peter McNeil, I want to pitch carefully to Mark Campanero here. You got Josh and Brad McGinnis on. And that's in play and right to Barrett Carlo. Unlucky for Mark, lucky for the Stingers, and they're going to get out of it. But we head to the top of the third. The Stingers need 3 runs to tie, 4 to keep it going. So looking at what's at stake here, if the Stingers win, they're the 7th seed. They will advance to play the 1 seed.
It's 4-1, you guys.
Which would be Monday. Monday is Cyclones versus the lowest remaining seed, which would be the Nighthawks, or if the Stingers win, the Stingers. But if the Pilots win, they're the number 2 overall seed, and they will play the Enforcers on Wednesday. So it'd be a 2-3 matchup on Wednesday, or a 1-4 matchup on Monday, or a 1-7 matchup on Monday, and a 3-4 matchup. There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of options still on the table there. I mean, I think, well, we got the Cyclones guaranteed to play Monday, and the Enforcers guaranteed to play Wednesday. But
that's in play, and Jordan Rice, right where he left off, that'll be another single. Starting to get those hits to fall.
Yeah, I mean, he's really putting the ball in play. He's been absolutely just putting the ball in play this whole postseason, and he finally gets on base there. So nice shot from Jordan, and good start for the Stingers in the top of the third.
Contrary to belief, you know, you just need base runners to win games in the AWA. You know, the dinger's nice, but you just got to get on base.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, dingers are nice, but
that ball is going back. Speaking of dingers are nice, oh, that's off the back wall. Wow, that was close, but he'll be safe at third. A stand-up double for Peter McNeil, and oh my goodness, they almost got it. Jordan on third.
Right when we were talking about it, man, Peter missed that by a foot or two, if that.
Got me nervous.
Yeah, Jordan almost got pegged there heading to third. This game's getting interesting.
Barrett Carlo finished fourth in regular season in average, right around 440. Pure contact hitter. But he also has a little bit of pop in that bat. As that's going back, it's in the gap. Akeem McKay will make the catch. He'll be safe. And they get one bag because they tagged.
Why does he get one bag? That didn't go
He tagged.
but it didn't go out of play.
Yeah, but he tagged. 2-4 the score.
Nice out there from Barrett. Productive out.
Be a ball. That's in play to DJ. He'll look. And that was a nice move from Peter, really trying to egg him on to not quickly turn to first, and I think that made DJ panic a little bit, couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, you know, that's the second time I've seen a Stinger try to kind of dox DJ into looking him at third base. I saw Jordan try to clap his hands the inning before, and DJ didn't fall for it, but he kind of fell for it that time.
Cole Blevins will step in. And Cole Blevins, he's been hitting it in play a lot more frequently in the postseason. Is that Nix right there? Strike 2.
That's a tough pitch right there to look at for 0-2.
Hate to see it. Got him, strike 3, and that'll be 2 outs. The lineup will turn over for Jordan Rice, coming off 2 singles. Just like that, the Stingers are down to their final out, the go-ahead run at the plate.
Yeah, I'd like to say Jordan's put the ball in play about 9 out of his 10 at-bats so far this postseason.
Looks at a strike right down the middle there, 0-1. One thing's for sure about DJ, you are going to get some strikes.
And that's the tough thing about him. I mean, like you said, you know you're going to get strikes. It's just when am I going to swing?
Yep.
Am I going to swing at the right pitches?
And that's in play. Mark is going to take the look. He'll be safe. And the inning continues. Peter McNeil doing a great job making the fielders watch him.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to think also with these, I mean, a lot of us are ex-baseball players up here. I mean, your natural reaction when you get that ground ball with someone on third base is to freeze them at third. And with the little time you have to throw it to first base, that's enough for them to get there, and smart base running by the guys at third base also.
You know, and also you're bringing up baseball, but it is 2 outs. So,
yeah,
you
true,
know.
true.
I know it's not a gimme play, you know, the potential of missing and then having one run come in too. I guess you got to weigh the pros and cons there.
Yeah, definitely.
Low there, ball 1. Inside again, 2-0. Peter McNeil, very patient. That's a nasty pitch right there. Thought about it, 2-1 now.
That had a lot of arc on it.
That ball is just foul. That ball was hit at 100 miles an hour down the line.
That thing was absolutely scalded and just took a hard turn left. I mean, Peter just hit that so hard. I mean, that's just the tough thing also with these wiffle balls is, I mean, you absolutely piece it up, and that thing just has a mind of its own.
2-2. Fouls it off, and that is a tough pitch to foul off. That sinker from DJ Oliver, one of the hardest to make any contact on. Does well to fight it off again.
Peter's absolutely battling against DJ so far today. It's been fun to watch.
2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded, 4-2 the score. There's another foul right here. The Stingers are down to their final out here in game 1 of the ALDS. That's in play. Mark Campagnaro can't make the play. Off his hands and a run will come. They're within 1 run. And up steps Barrett Carlo.
Man, that's
tough.
That's just, I mean, that's the one route I think that's actually in fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, literally nothing you can do if you're marked there. He was in front of that perfectly. I mean, that took a hard turn on him, right? I mean, that's just so unfortunate.
And, you know, you got runners running right at you. You think you got to get it quickly and tag the runner. It's in a split second. You got to either make that play or not. So Barrett Carlo will take a ball. Does not go, and that's a tough pitch to lay off of for Barrett Carlo. Wow, another very hard pitch to lay off of, and it's 3-0. 1 ball away from walking in the tying run. Just like that, the Stingers tie it up down to their final out, and they've tied it up.
Wow, I mean, I don't know what it is with the Stingers team, honestly, but I know we're only in the second round of this playoffs, but I mean, the AWA gods just look on them in the playoffs and say, man, you guys are in every single game.
Yeah. Up steps Drew Tenzar in a 4-4 tie game. We will make it to the bottom of the third. Depends on if they're playing for extras or playing for the win. Just a bit high.
You wonder if DJ's kind of feeling the pressure now.
And that ball is just out of play. It'll hit that tree. And going back to that play from Mark, and I hate to bring it up, and I know if you watch the replay, he's not going to want to hear this, but last year the Pilots were 1 out away from going to the World Series against your team, the Enforcers, and it was a ball right down to the grounder to Mark Campanero, similar situation, through the legs. And that's ultimately how you guys advanced.
Yeah, you know, like you said, Mark's not going to want to hear it, but that's just playing that third base. I mean, it's just, you got that line there, you know the roots are there. That's just kind of the risk you take with playing third base.
Just low. It'll be a 2-2 count. Bases loaded for Drew Tenzar, the 2022 rookie. That's in play to DJ. He won't make the play, and the Stingers are ahead 5-4.
Wow. I mean, I think that was just a culmination of the speed from Jordan run down third base line, Drew hammering on the line to first base, and DJ being like, do I go home or first, and just ultimately couldn't even make the clean in play.
Cole Blevins will take a strike right there, and you're never out in wiffle ball, that's for sure. 0-2.
It's be huge for DJ to get out of this right here.
Strike 3. DJ Oliver will get out of a bases loaded jam, but the Stingers fight back and sting a 4 on the board to get to 5. 5-4, and we're headed to the bottom of the third. Pilots need 1 to tie, 2 to walk it off. Josh Campanero will step in. He'll step off. And we're ready to start here in the bottom of the third. Josh Campanero looks at a ball inside.
Josh had that big home run in the first inning.
Hit him right there, 2-0. Almost hit the bat. Just inside. Pierre McNeil really fighting inside on Josh Campanero here. And that might actually be why he hits so many opposite hits. It's just the pitchers are just dialing him inside. That's all he can do with it.
Yeah, you get so used to trying to paint inside against righties that
ball is out of here. It hits the pole. Josh Campanero ties it up 5 apiece.
That is absolutely huge from Josh. Like we said, Peter was peppering him inside, and Josh just took that and put it off the right field foul pole to tie this game up in the bottom of the third. Huge home run there by Josh Campanero.
And Josh Campanero is putting together the game of his life here in the first round of the playoffs for the Pilots.
Truly dingers or nothing from Josh so far this postseason. 2 for 3 so far today with 2 home runs. I mean, just 4 RBIs, I'm pretty sure, out of the 5 that the Pilots have so far. Just absolutely seeing the ball so well.
DJ Oliver will now step in, tie ball game. Ball's a bit high from Peter McNeil. Swinging there, 1-1. That's a hard hit ball down the line. DJ Oliver looking to, he'll turn and he'll hold. Smart choice there as Peter McNeil comes over to cover second, but that is a hard hit single for DJ. And DJ, everyone on the Pilots is just turning it on in the postseason.
Yeah, that's DJ's second hit of the game. 2 for 2 today with that home run and a nice single right there to go along with a walk. This Pilots team is coming alive so far. See if Brad can keep it going for them.
Does not go inside. Ball 1 to Brad McGinnis. That's in play, and you could tell by that spin it wasn't going to stay fair for long.
Yeah, no, that thing was going way foul.
1-1. Always a bit sus next to the concrete for the fielders.
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
Not many fields have a concrete barrier.
It's like playing on the old AstroTurf.
Yeah, close, very close. Low, 3-1. That's a nasty pitch. Would have been a strike regardless. Look at full count. Got him, strike 3. Peter McNeil gets a crucial out right there. First out of the inning.
Hear Brad there say that he doesn't want to walk today. He's swinging the bat up there, and
got to admire it.
Yeah, 0 for 3 so far with 3 swinging strikeouts, but I think he's going to turn it around here soon.
Jordan Rice now talking with Captain Peter McNeil now that we're getting into the heart of the order of the Pilots. Probably tell him, hey, play it safe. Let's make him chase rather than give him a potential dinger pitch.
Yeah, you really got to get Keaton right here with potential Silver Slugger on deck.
It's out of play. 1-1. One out here in the bottom of the third. Tie game 5-5. Here in a best-of-3 series. Game 1 of the ALDS. Keaton McKay, the best defender in the league, swings at a pitch right there, 1-2.
Yeah, he's been having a good day at the plate. Got on base 3 times with a home run.
That's a nasty pitch. Strike 3, 2 outs. Can't do it any better than that one right there.
No, and Peter getting the leadoff guy on, absolutely just dicing up the next 2 batters. Huge strikeouts now. Runner on first, 2 outs, and Mark is up to bat.
Mark Campanero has been getting pretty unlucky here in this game. He's 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a lineout. Doesn't happen often that you're 0 for 3 with balls hit in play.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation, like you said. Mark hasn't been getting it going so far yet today, but you've got Josh on deck who's
don't want to face that guy.
Yeah, 2 for 2. I mean, so kind of pick your poison right after Peter. You don't want to load him up either.
That's a hard hit ball to Jordan Rice. He'll throw to first and would have gotten him if you could hold on there, but he'll be safe, and the runner will advance to third. It's a tough play to make all around. Now it'll come down to Josh Campanero.
Yeah, that's got to really hurt the Stingers. I mean, that hit Barrett right in the hands, and
it's tough.
That would have been the 3rd out of the inning, heading to the top of the 4th.
Knock right there, ball 1. Swinging there hard, you know. We like to say, you know, once you get the taste of a dinger, you don't want to walk again. You know?
No, it's such a good feeling. You know what I mean? You think you can do it every time, and
fortunately, you can't.
Yeah.
2-2 with that nasty strike, Peter McNeil. And that's in play and caught from Drew Tenzar, and we are headed to extra innings. Free wiffle ball, 5-5, and we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Jordan Rice will lead it off. And here we go, getting ready to start the top of the fourth. Jordan Rice will lead it off, and Jordan Rice, ever since some unfortunate errors and tough plays in the field, he has really started to find his singles.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just kind of how, I mean, he's been putting the ball in play this whole postseason, obviously seeing the ball well, just getting unlucky his first 5-6 at-bats, and now we're starting to see the ball fall in for him as he's got back-to-back singles.
Yeah. Strike right there, and we got a fun fact for you after this batter. That's in play. It's going back, and that's out of here. Jordan Rice retakes the lead for the Stingers, 6-5.
And as we're saying it, those balls are starting to drop in for Jordan. He's now 3 for 3 in his last 3 at-bats, 2 singles, and that huge opposite field home run to put the Stingers up by 1 in the top of the fourth. Great leadoff home run by Jordan Rice.
That the kind of a change gears here. The fun fact is you notice a lot of claps when the Pilots are playing. It's that man sitting over at third base, Mark Campanero, team captain. The production booth has decided to calculate how many claps per game, as that's another hard hit ball in the gap. Peter McNeil will win with a first base, and the number they calculated was 2,400 claps a series.
That is just an insane amount of claps. You gotta just know Mark's forearms are just bigger than anyone else's out here.
Jeez, now he's really dialing it up. It's inside.
Quick note, Peter's 4 for 5 this game. Having a great day.
Nasty pitch right in the inside. 1 out in the inning. It's something about Drew Tenzar will now step in with Peter McNeil at first base, and something about the postseason, you really can tell who the dialed-in players are. As that's a hard hit ball to first base. Nice play from Josh Campanero. Big turn from Peter. Does well to stand at second.
Yeah, you're right, Jack. I mean, you can really tell when the lights come on who's really ready to shine and who's just kind of got it in them. And these Stingers, man, they've got a bunch of clutch in them, that's for sure.
Cole Blevins steps in here, fouls that off. Cole Blevins 0 for 4. It's a tough-looking swing right there, 0-2. Lays off there. And, you know, they could have – the Stingers had 2 first-round picks in the first round last year. They could have gotten another player. They chose – that's a ball in the gap here. McNeil's looking home. He's going, and he got him. If it hits the bat, well, look at the replay. Yeah. Did it hit?
1 second as we review this, everyone.
So the other team arguing here, which is the correct call on the field, is where the ball crosses the plate.
Yeah, let me score real quick. I know who's up.
It's where the ball crosses the plate and then it has to hit the backstop. So wherever the ball crosses the plate, which it definitely beat the plate and ends up hitting it, that is the call on the field, and that's what it is. Glad we got that resolved. I mean, you can tell in the regular season there's not much arguing with calls, but once we get to the postseason, there's a lot of, rightfully so. We saw a lot last night.
Yeah, you've got 4, 5, 6 competitive guys in their mid-20s coming at you like this, screaming. It's. I mean, everyone's wanting to win out here. You gotta love it though. I mean, it's just everyone's a competitor. Everyone wants to win this. I mean, we're in someone's backyard, and I mean, you can feel the competitiveness in the air. It's a blast.
Never been so nervous as I was last night. It's the most tense environment I've been in a very long time.
Yeah, and this isn't even the championship series yet. I mean, we're still in the 3-game series phase of this playoff, so.
2-0 to DJ Oliver. Inside 3-0, and I wonder the Pilots' approach here. Are they gonna start swinging a lot, or are they gonna just sit back and see what happens?
Yeah, and I'm thinking Peter's a little erratic right now. His heart rate's probably pumping. I mean, he's running home from second there, getting a little wound up with that call, so he needs to maybe settle down here after getting that first guy on.
Brad McGinnis will step in 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, trying to avoid that.
Yeah, and we heard him as he walked back to the bench after his last strikeout that he's not looking to walk, so I mean I'll be expecting him to swing again at a bunch of pitches from Peter.
Just misses. It's a nice pitch right there. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Fouls it off, 2-2.
And we saw these are the 2 guys Peter really needs to get.
Nasty pitch right there, full count.
Yeah, this is what we saw last time. Peter giving up a DJ getting on first and then shutting down Brad and Keaton back to back. Let's see if he can do it again here.
He needs it. Nasty pitch right there, strike 3, and no doubter, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great job by Peter there, really just dialing it in. Coming back at him in the zone, knowing it's 3-2. I got to throw a strike here and just paint it up in the left-hand corner. Beautiful pitch there.
1 out, and Keaton McKay will now step in. Jordan Rice giving him the talk once again right when Keaton steps up. This is the heart of the order, and it's honestly one of the hardest hearts in any order in the league.
Yeah, Keaton's got 2 walks so far today. He fouls that one off.
Pitch swinging. Good pitch to swing at.
1 home run, but he struck out looking his last at-bat.
Just misses. 1-1. I've noticed Peter McNeil, who's normally doesn't give up this many runs in a game. It's usually velocity based. He's been sitting mid-50s here today. He's normally towards the top of the speed limit, right around 58, 59. And with slower velo comes, tougher way to locate these pitches.
Yeah, and that slower velo, like you said, that one's clocking in at 57 right there, and that looked like one of the hottest pitches he's thrown today. So
slowly get that up.
Yeah.
Be full count now to Keaton McKay. We'll see what he does here. It's a big at-bat here. So the go-ahead run is at the plate. Inside, and he'll walk Keaton McKay. Runners on first and second for Silver Slugger Mark Campanero. Now, Mark Campanero's had a tough go about it here today. He has gotten all of his balls in the field of play, which is promising, but unfortunately has been called out on some great plays from the Stingers.
Yeah, he's 0 for 4, but he has been on base once. Got on with an error from the Stingers last time.
And I'd like to say that, if you win the first game, your chances of winning go up, but that's not what we've seen so far in these 3-game series.
Yeah, I think we've only seen one team win their first game and win the series.
2-1 is the count.
And that was the Enforcers. We'll see if...
That's in play. Jordan Rice, great play, steps, goes to first. He'll be safe at first, but he'll get the runner at third. And Keaton McKay will advance. So fielder's choice there for Mark Campanero. Great job from Jordan Rice to just knock it down, go to third. Might be thinking if That was a situation where you go over with the fake throw, try to get the runner, but in the heat of the moment, that's a tough thing to tell yourself to do.
Yeah, that's a really tough play right there. You wonder if Jordan maybe wanted to hold on to that one and not let Keaton get to third, but here we are now, 2 outs.
Just inside, and just like that, it's down to Josh Campanero, 2 home runs on the day, and Peter McNeil. 2 balls, no strikes here. Swinging at that high slider, 2-1. This could go on to be one of the most important at-bats of the AWA season, to be completely honest.
Huge right here.
Inside 3-1, Brad McGinnis looks on deck. Just low, and the bases are loaded for Bradford McGinnis.
I have DJ up.
Sorry, DJ Oliver's up. Oh, no. That's good. That's why we got our color guy, Chase Winkler, up here.
Yeah, no worries, baby. Don't want these guys. Don't want this great game ending
Call an
on
automatic out.
yeah. No, I want to see DJ hit here, anyways. Man, he's 2 for 2 today. He's got a home run and a single, 2 walks. Seeing the ball great against Peter. Here we are, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, bases loaded. What else can you want?
Right down the middle, 0-1. Inside on that nasty curveball. Just a little bit inside, 1-1 to DJ Oliver. 2-1, you see DJ with that stance. It's going to be tough to get that slider in there. Nasty pitch right there, 2-2. Almost hits him. And that ball is popped up in the field of play to Drew Tenzo, and the Stingers steal game 1.
Wow. I mean, this Stingers team, man, they're a special team, taking game 1 of this huge 3-game series. Great job, great pitching by Peter to really hold that down, and great job by Jordan Rice to clutch up in the top of the 4th with that opposite field home run, and just a tough loss for the Pirates also, though.
That is why you play the game. Stingers, every single game they play in the postseason, they're the underdog. Last year they won it all as the 7th seed. Actually, no, there wasn't 7 teams last year. The 6th seed.
6th seed.
Yeah.
Same one. Yep. Do you want me to email it to you?
So we're getting ready. We're setting up the lineups over here. If you're just joining us, we're getting ready to start game number 2. The Stingers, the 7th seed, stole game number 1. And we're going to send it down to Jackson Carr with Barrett Carlo with a hot tub interview.
Hey, Barrett. Great game from you guys there. A lot of hitting and great fielding. What are you going to do to try to hopefully steal game 2 away as well?
I just think we just got to keep being patient as hitters. And, Peter really bared down there at the end and got some very important outs. And we're going to probably lean on him again this game.
Nice. So on the mound, Peter was looking great. Are you keeping him out there, or are you going to switch him out for the next game?
Oh, yeah, we'll leave Peter out there until his arm falls off. But, he's key. He's a key for us in winning. So we're just going to keep throwing him out there if we can.
And finally, you guys allowed, I think, 4 home runs that game. What are you going to do to slow them down, slow down their power hitting?
I don't think there's anything you can do to slow them down, but I think we just got to limit the runners on the base pass and, go from there. And if they hit home runs with no one on, then, we'll take it.
All right, that was number 5 of the Southern Stingers, Barrett Carlo. Thanks, Barrett.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jackson Carr, for that electric interview. Let us know if you guys want to continue to see as Jackson Carr celebrates.
He's fired up over there in the hot tub. You love to see it. It's been a great game 1. How can you not be fired up if you're here at AWA Field?
And with that, they're going to switch home and away. The Stingers will get to be home in game 2. And we'll see how the Pilots can battle back here. They had the 1 seed bye stolen from them in the final game of the regular season. And the Stingers sitting at 11-16 in the regular season, the 7th seed. And the Pilots at 18-9 up until the final 2 games of the year. The Pilots were untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, they got off, I mean, like you said, they were really hot this year, ended kind of slow, started the postseason. I mean, game 1 put up, I think, 4 runs in that first inning, 3 or 4 runs, got off to a really hot start off Peter, and just kind of got cold towards the end of that game and ended up losing game 1 of their postseason this year.
And with that, we are ready to start. First pitch of game 2, Keaton McKay. We'll foul it off, and looks like our interview is going to stay there. 0-2. Don't let Peter McNeil get dialed in, because it's going to be a tough one for this Pilots team as he throws the ball out of play. It's full of hot tub juice, I think. And that ball is going back, and it's going to stay in the field of play. We're going to call it like we called it last night. So we're going to call it how we called it last night. Last night there was a ball that hit the tree. It'll be a single. The precedent was sent. It'll just be a single if it hits a tree. Yeah.
Nice
So,
hit by Keaton there, though.
it was a great hit by Keaton. Honestly, should have been it's a questionable call, but we're just going by precedent as that ball is going back and caught for the out.
Yeah, nice shot by Drew there to hang under that one. He doesn't really miss too many of those pop flies. And just to go back to Keaton's hit, I mean, that left center, man, it's tricky over there with those trees and everything. I mean, if you put it over there, you've really got to put some oomph into that ball and make sure that thing goes out.
Yeah, that's the deepest part of the field. It says 105, but when we were making the field, we broke the 8. It's actually 108 back there. Swinging over that one, 0-1. One and one.
Josh, 2 home runs in game 1 of this series that they unfortunately lost. He'll look to keep it hot against Peter here.
It's tough for Josh because he had a amazing game in game 1. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Career game for Josh Campanero. We'll see if he can keep it up. 2-2. The runner on first.
Yeah, you know, you had a great showing from the Pilots in that first inning. I mean, Keaton home run, DJ home run, Josh with 2 home runs, and they just couldn't pull out the W.
And that's low. He'll walk Josh Campanero, runner on first and second.
Pilots being a little more stingy. First walk of the game.
And what we've seen from time and time again this week, specifically, right when the playoffs kick off, right when the teams are down to their, elimination game, a lot more walks you see. They're not swinging at pitches as much because, every pitch matters. You got to be very careful. You can't just be swinging it out of nowhere.
I totally agree with that. I'm a big proponent of always swinging 3-0. But, I mean, you'll even catch me in the playoffs taking that 3-0 pitch for that walk if my team's on the line. So, can't really knock anyone for that.
Slow, 1-2 to DJ Oliver. Had that massive home run in game 1. And that'll be a strike 3 to DJ Oliver. That'll be 2 outs for Peter McNeil. There's one thing we've learned, an offense only gets more dangerous in the AWA with 2 outs. We saw that with the Stingers in game 1. We've seen it all this week in the divisional series.
Yeah, I think it's the pitchers maybe pressing a little too much with 2 outs, trying to force to get that 3rd out, leaving stuff over the heart of the plate. And
that's in play to Peter McNeil, knocks it down, will throw to first and get the out. A scoreless inning for Peter McNeil, and we head to the bottom of the first.
I'm just waiting to get trucked to go over. You let it get so deep to catch it there.
And with that, Jordan Rice will step in. DJ Oliver back on the mound.
Gotta love to see it. Both teams going back to the same exact lineup. You know this means a lot to them. Both teams trying to, or I should say Stingers trying to sweep this game right now and probably trying to scratch their way to a game 2 victory.
Yeah, and you know, just so happens, it seems like every series we play, it always goes to the max.
Yep.
I think very rarely we've ever seen a game not go to the max distance. Just both teams really want to win. Every team is just so close in ability.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see DJ just absolutely start locking it down here, just put it into that extra gear that he has been all season and just really start giving fits to these Stingers hitters.
3-1 count, and that will walk Jordan Rice. And we were saying, you know, the parity in the league, you look at the top 7 teams, all of them are within, let's say, you know, 7-8 wins, and then obviously we got the Wolf Pack, who unfortunately only won 2 games in the regular season.
Hey, but shout them out. They fought in their wild card game against the Stingers team, man. They grabbed one game, but yeah, I know what you mean. Not like, I think what the 3, 4, 5, 6 seed, 7 seed were all within, like you said, 3-4 games of each other.
Yeah. And there's Peter McNeil, fouls it off. 0-1. Peter McNeil and DJ Oliver took about a month off in the regular season. As that's in play, there's some tough spin on there for Mark Campagnaro, and you knew right when that was off the end of the bat, that would be a tough play to make, and unfortunately Mark can't come up with it.
Yeah, it's funny how that sometimes works. You get it right off the end of the bat, and it just gives the ball a ridiculous knuckleball spin that you have no clue where it's going to go, and nice base hit for Peter there.
Runners on first and second, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And you know, going back to these series and kind of how the Stingers have always been so potent in the postseason, it's just any team with the back against the wall, whenever a team gets too comfortable, you know, if you're the Pilots 2 seed, you're like, oh, we got this is a 7 seed, nothing to worry about. That's when the Stingers strike.
Yeah, and you know, I honestly don't even like. Yeah, the Stingers get hot during the postseason a lot, but I honestly think it's the chemistry in this league. I mean, we're starting to get, what is this, our 3rd year, 4th year for some of these guys in the league. You're starting to play with each other all the time. I mean, it's like, you know, your teammates, you know who you're facing. It's it gets tougher and tougher out here.
2-2 count to Barrett Carlo. So you look at your full count. And that is a hard hit ball, just foul. Barrett Carlo misses the foul pole. Home run by about a foot. Look at this replay. Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
That's why we have those big boys.
Yeah, exactly. Barrett's been peppering, like I said earlier today, that third base line. All of his hits so far, I think this postseason have been down the third base line, especially today.
Got him. Strike 3, and what a turn of events right there. Rather than being a 3-0 game by a foot, it's going to be the first out of the inning. Drew Tenzar will step in.
Yeah, and that would have been huge for the Stingers, taking that lead in the bottom of the first, being home.
That's a hard hit ball off. Oh, and the spin of these balls, I just don't understand what's going on as DJ throws it in frustration. That's just,
I mean,
it's just tough.
Yeah, we saw DJ just throw that ball, and I would have done the same exact thing if I was him, man. These balls are taking ridiculous spins out there. I mean, I don't know what it is, man.
And it's funny because I think the ball hit to him didn't have that much spin, but when it went off his hand, it seemed like that created the funky spin.
Exactly, and it's just so funny how something like that, just hitting your hand, a different little surface, will just take it on a whole different path.
Cole Blevins looking to try to turn it around after getting offered in game 1. That is a fair ball! Safe on the play. We'll look at the replay. We'll look at the replay. And his foot was there. He's safe, and that will be the first run to come in.
Look at Cole, man. His last 2 at-bats. Last game, I think he would have had a hit if Peter wasn't thrown out at home to end the inning, and getting a hit right here with another RBI to start off this game.
And how about our ump there in the hot tub? He's got the best view. Got
the best angle down there.
Swing in there, 1 and 2. Two. Got him. Strike 3, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Stuff for Jordan. One of his few strikeouts so far this World Series, and I honestly think, man, this Stingers team is really getting their stuff going once again. I mean, it's huge when you play Monday. They played 3 games on Monday. Here they are 2 days, 3 days later, all of them back again.
Yeah.
Playing. I mean.
Yeah, and that's another thing we don't really think about. The 1 and the 2 seats, they got the most time off.
Yeah,
you know?
I've been thinking about that this week. You know, I mean, if you're the Cyclones, do you really want to? I mean, when's the last time they played the regular season game? I mean, who knows how many weeks? Yeah,
and they didn't play very well in their last regular season game. So.
Exactly. So, just depends on how teams fare playing a lot of games versus none. So.
That is in play in the gap. Everyone is safe. Solo single for Peter McNeil, 2-0 as Jordan Rice daps up the hot tub guy.
Peter, back-to-back base hits that are just absolute squibblers out there, just hitting the ground, and you have no clue where it's going.
A 2-run lead is definitely not enough in the AWA. As that is in play to Josh Campanero, and that'll end the inning. But the Stingers put up 2 as we head to the top of the second inning. Keaton McKay will lead it off here in the the top of the second. Peter McNeil back on the mound.
Dicing those guys up in the first inning. Really shut them down at the end of game 1. Keaton will be trying to get it going here. He has a single actually in this game.
Looks at a strike right down the middle. And Peter McNeil, when he has had his great starts, it's often due to his first pitch strike ability.
Yeah.
That is a hard hit ball to Jordan Rice. He knocks it down. A good job. I think, well, I don't know. I'll look at the play. It looked like he was out, but we'll look at the play. We pause it. Pull it back. Let's see. His foot. Wait. Right. So he's not on. Keep it going. Right. I think he's safe. I think by a millistep. Millistep.
My foot was on the base.
Oh, that's the closest play I've seen. That is literally my life.
Is there enough to officially overrule? Is there enough to make him say? Come on, right? Do you need indisputable evidence, right, Jack?
That's the clear, convincing evidence.
Where's the red flag?
Yeah, so it looked like literally, I want to say, 2 millimeters.
If you go down the seconds, that's .0000001 of a second right there.
And there's another ball in play. Drew Tenzar will not knock it down. And I saw in the last play after that throw was made, Keaton McKay tried to do his signature run to second base. He didn't do it, which annoys a lot of players in the league, if we're being honest. But it's not in the rule book. You can go for it. That is a shot. And that is a #1 reason why we've lost so many balls. Lefties pulling it out of play.
It's a dead zone over there. You can credit about 3 or 4 guys in this league to those.
Just want to say the effort from Jordan Rice there. That was very impressive.
Yeah, good stretch. Yeah, I was about to say good stretch from Barrett also at first base. Getting flexible out here. Not a lot of us can make that big stretch this late in our. I shouldn't say late in our 20s, but.
Hey, it's just like the MLB, you know, the prime. Most people are, 28, 29? No, we're not there yet. No one's on their prime yet.
Not even close. It's just got to start stretching a little more, I guess.
Nasty pitch right there, and a great snag right there from Chase Winkler. That'll be the first out of the inning. Unfortunately, we didn't have a camera on there, but Chase Winkler made the catch there.
Used to that stuff, you know. Play first base for a reason.
There you go. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk. Maybe we should allow some stick-on gloves in
No,
the field.
No. That is some blasphemy right there. These guys.
It's like a glove.
Yeah, maybe put some tiger stick, I guess, if you want on your hand, but that'll hurt you when you're hitting.
DJ Oliver steps in. There's that slider from Peter McNeil, top of the zone. 0-1. Goes right back to it. 0-2. Peter McNeil's been a little wild with that curveball here today.
Yeah, it hasn't really been its best when it's just coming right over your shoulder, almost grazing and just hitting that inside zone. And like we were saying earlier, Peter really not ramping up the velo too much today.
And DJ's making all sorts of contact out there.
Man, these guys are just fouling each other off today. It's fun.
Got him. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. That'll be a runner on first and second here with 2 outs, and up steps Brad McGinnis, who grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and Peter's really been holding it down with a strikeout ball these past 2 games. I think he's had a runner on almost every inning so far, but then after that he's been striking at least 1 or 2 guys out and getting out of it.
2-0 count. Two and 1.
I think Brad may be one on that pitch back. 51-mile-per-hour slider right down the middle.
In play to Jordan Rice, and he'll step on third. Smart play, and that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Score 2-0. Drew Tenzar will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. Stingers up 2-0. Home team as we do the 1 team home, 1 team away, 1 team home flop. In the postseason, he looks at a strike right down the middle, 0-1.
Stingers looking to add insurance here.
A little bit of a late swing right there from Drew. Thought it would come back, does not, 0-2.
Drew, one of the guys who can expand his strike zone and still be very effective in this league. Knows what pitches he wants and does damage to them.
1-2 is the count. That's in play to the first baseman. Josh Campanero does well to get the first out of the inning. That's never an easy play, as easy as it does look. That ball, as you can see today, is spinning all over the place.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, that first base, when you're playing over there, it hits that dirt, and sometimes it just will skip, like just straight, like it will stop just completely bouncing, and sometimes it'll take a huge bounce left or right. So great job by Josh there sticking with it.
Unfortunately, as much as we like to say, you know, the field is not in a greens shape, but you know that's what we like.
Yeah, that's what you get. I mean,
we got to root over at third base.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what you get, man. When we were playing every week here, twice a week, it's just what it is, guys. Live with it and play with it, and that's what makes it fun.
1-1 count to Cole Blevins. That is a foul ball, and the way it's been going for Cole lately, those bad boys have been falling.
Yeah, I think he's 2 for 2 in his last at-bats. Had that great hit in Game 1 that Peter ultimately got thrown out at home on, and then actually had the RBI in the first inning for the Stingers team.
And that's in play to Mark. Knocks it down and gets the out. He does recover there. We'll confirm on the replay, though. There was a slight bobble, but we believe he recovered in time. Yeah. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
You know, you gotta love it. Every time Cole's up to bat, he's putting the bat on the ball, and man, that Stingers bench just goes crazy for him, man. Yeah. It's like you love that.
There's a lot of people who said, you know, 0-9-1 in the regular season. Why are you having to come out? You know, it's the team aspect, team chemistry.
Exactly.
That's like, how they're so good, I think.
You love your teammates no matter what happens through their lows and their highs, and that's what makes this game so fun.
1-1. Jordan Rice had that solo shot in game one to give them the lead, the 6-5 lead in game one. 2-1. Inside 3-1 count. Fouls it back.
Oh, knocked the beer over.
Full count.
Style points.
2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Very good. Full count, 2 outs here to Jordan Rice. Fouls it off. Will remain alive. There we go. Jordan Rice will step in again. And that is out of play. 1 foot in, and it would have been the range of DJ Oliver, an excellent fielder in his own right.
Yeah, great hustle right there from DJ. Almost had that ball. We always know DJ and Jake are the Oliver brothers, always hustling those foul balls out, making those tough plays that no one else really does.
Yeah. Remains full count here. Inside, and the inning continues. Jordan Rice will get on with a walk. Up steps Peter McNeil, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. In the postseason, he's hitting .500 with a home run. Stingers captain always comes through in the postseason. So we're cleaning up a little bit of a mess here in the production booth. It happens. And that is out of play. No chance for the first baseman, Josh Campanero, there as it lands just foul.
Two outs here, like we said earlier. Stingers looking to add insurance here.
Fouls it off, 0-2.
About his 10th or 11th foul off against DJ today, I want to say.
One and two, and one thing about this Stingers team, there's been no poor at-bats. They're always working the count. As that's a hard hit ball past Mark Campanero. There's just no time. And we'll look at the replay. Calling the field is safe. That was tough. You have to slow it down here. Just look where his foot is. You roll it back slightly. Keep it. Can you roll it back a little bit? Keep going. Yeah, and it looks like his foot got in there by about a half a foot underneath before he had possession. That'll be safe at third.
Yeah, great play all around, though, from all the fielders out there.
And that was an aggressive turn from Jordan Rice, and thankfully it paid off. But Barrett Carlin now steps in and see if they can capitalize. Just high.
Yeah, very aggressive out there from Jordan, but up 2 runs, you can be a little aggressive, especially with Barrett on base. Hopefully he gets a little more hot here and drives you in.
That's a hard hit ball and caught from Mark Campanero, and that's just how it goes. Mark is in the right place at the right time to make sure that doesn't come back to haunt him, but we head to the top of the third. The Pilots need 2 to keep this game going. Peter McNeil will take the mound, and arguably his biggest inning in 2023. Definitely is in 2023. It could go down as one of his most important pitching innings in his career.
Definitely the biggest inning of this season for him.
0-1. See if the Pilots can rally here. They are known for their comebacks.
Man, and what a... If the Stingers could pull this off, how devastating would that be for the Pilots?
Yeah, that's just probably something that's never crossed their mind.
Yeah.
2-2 evens the count to Keaton McKay. Hits him there, full count.
Keaton's 2 for 2 with 2 singles against Peter in this game.
That ball is going back, and it's out of here. Tie, or gets 1 run on the board. Keaton McKay, 1 run. He gets that home run back.
Second in the Pilots in home runs, delivering in a huge spot right there. Top of the 3rd of game 2, down 0-1. Great job by Keaton there driving that ball.
1-2 is the count, or the score, sorry. And now Mark Campanero will step in, has a single and a fly out here in game number 2, and the Pilots need the 2021 Silver Slugger to come through more than ever.
Yeah, he's looking to get it going here today. I think he's about maybe 1 for 6. Got a nice base hit in that earlier in this game.
And that's in play. Tough spin. Peter McNeil knocks it down and gets the out. Great play from Peter McNeil, and one of the few players able to handle the spin.
Yeah, I mean, he had a couple balls in his hands, just barehanded that thing, didn't even need 2 hands, and great play by Peter out there to get Mark once again tonight.
That's the first out, always the most important out. And up steps the hardest out today for the Stingers, Josh Campanero. He steps off right here, takes a breather.
The big 2 home runs in that first game, 0 for 1 this game with a walk.
Swinging there on a pitch he thought was going to come back. It did not. Hits him there. Peter McNeil apologizing there for hitting batters. He's been doing it all game. That I don't know how much the weight of it is. But it's the plastic ball. I got to apologize there.
It always cracks me up when the guys call stuff out, like, and the ball still hasn't even hit the backstop yet or anything.
Outside, 2-2. So we just had a look at Keaton McKay, who hit the home run to bring them within 1 run. There's Brad McGinnis getting ready to hit. And that's in play, could be in the gap. Throw to Peter for the out. 2 outs, and great work from Peter McNeil to get over. That is a tough play to make all around.
Yeah.
And just like that, the Pilots are down to their final out.
My heart skipped a beat a little bit over that, Barrett. You know, sometimes when I field that ground ball at first base, I learned from Dom earlier this year, actually, that it's easier just to grab the ball, run at the runner coming down the first base line, and just peg him instead of risking the throw to first base. So, but great job getting it done there.
DJ Oliver swings there, 0-1.
Pilots down to their last out.
That's a hard hit ball to Jordan Rice. He'll throw over to first and get the out. The Stingers pull off the upset of the century. The playoff Stingers are back in action. They take down the number 2 overall seed, the 7th seed. Never count this Stingers team out. The only team to sweep a team is the Southern Stingers. And hats off to the Stingers. Every time the playoffs start, they pick it up.
I mean, I'm hanging by my theory that these guys do this on purpose. They make everyone lulled. They lulled us to sleep during the regular season, and then during the postseason, they're like, "All right, you guys ready for this red machine?" And it's just, it's crazy. I mean, this is back-to-back seasons. They just are unstoppable against any team in this league.
And no one saw this coming. You know, we penciled in the game for what we thought was going to take next week. Now the Stingers will be taking on the Cyclones on Monday, 1 seed versus the 7th seed, and now the Nighthawks will be facing the Enforcers. This is not the 4 teams we thought were going to advance to the Final Four.
This is not what I expected at all. No offense to the Stingers whatsoever. I'm coming in here as an Enforcer player. I was thinking this game was going to go 3 no matter what, and that the Pilots were favored for sure. But, I mean, hey, shout out to the Stingers. Like we say all the time, never count a team out.
With that being said, we'll get ready for next week, the NLCS. We've been through the wild card, we've been through the divisional series, and now just 4 remain in the 2023 AWA Wiffle Ball postseason. Next week we'll have 2 games, games 1 through 3 of the ALCS on Monday, followed by games 1 through 3 of the NLCS on Wednesday. It'll be a 5-game series. So those games will finish and conclude the following week, and after that the World Series will kick off, and before you know it, 2023 season will be wrapped.
Yeah, I just have to say, good luck, Jack, next week before we face off against each other.
Whew, I'm nervous.
I didn't expect that coming into the game day that we're going to be facing off against each other, so it's going to be a fun one next week. We'll see you all later.
And with that, good night everyone, and we'll see you on Monday.